Here at RunOrder, things are hotting up. We wanted MS Dhoni to come and feature on the show. He charged too much, so we asked Sushant Singh. Is that a good introduction? Good stuff?
Very good.
Very popular, a huge hit, the film. And of course, you've become a big superstar. We'll talk about your film if we have time as well. Not if we have time, we will. But first, we have to discuss with our lovely guests, Deep Dasgupta, Stephen Fleming. Okay, who's setting up this one?
I think Bangladesh are serious contenders this time. Not only to cause an upset, but I think they could make the semis.
They were called the underdogs and then the giant killers. But after having beaten teams like Pakistan, India and South Africa at home, Bangladesh are now a force to reckon with. Despite losing their opening match to hosts England, Bangladesh are now sitting pretty at number 7, ahead of Pakistan and the West Indies in the ODI rankings. So, will the Tigers win the rest of their group stage matches and advance to the semis? Or will they fade away without a whimper?
They've got a good core group of senior players.
Because they beat New Zealand.
Yeah, playing very well. They've got players who've been together for some time. They've been quite content. And look, the fizz and some of the skill on that side at home has been unquestioned. It's been about how they take it away from home.
I think obviously it's a fair call, them qualifying for the semis. I mean, before this, they had the talent. Say the 2000s and all, they had the talent, but they never had the belief. But now, off late, the last year and a half, I think they have the belief that they can actually go out there and not as underdogs, but actually not just compete, but actually win games.
No longer underdogs, Bangladesh have regularly beaten top teams in the recent past. They began their winning streak by beating Pakistan 3-0 in April 2015 and then went on to beat India 2-1 in June later that year. When they beat the number 1 ODI side South Africa in July 2015, the message was loud and clear. Bangladesh was a team that no one could take lightly.
There's this cheeky confidence about Bangladesh when they play big teams now.
It's an interesting point though. Yeah, the top teams, when they play Bangladesh, everyone expects them to win. It's almost a New Zealand mindset. And we can play, or we played into that. And so you make it uncomfortable. As a top team, do you go all guns blazing, or do you just try and play the percentages and get through that game? It's a very difficult game to play.
Just not about the strength of Bangladeshi team, but also about how these very good teams, they play against Bangladesh, because it's a simple psychology. If the magnitude of reward is not as great as the magnitude of loss when you lose against Bangladesh, then you start performing in a different way.
I think we're discounting, Cyrus, how much pressure there is on Bangladesh, because their fans actually have more expectations possibly than even English or Australian fans, because they have such a strong fan base. And they don't think that they are a small team at all. If you read our comments, Bangladesh always think they're going to win.
The challenge is different, isn't it? To play in a tournament where you've got to actually beat different teams at different stages, then have a semi-final and a final situation. All of that is harder, I'm assuming, for a younger country.
Well, it's a different mindset, but keep in mind that it's 5 games to win it. It's not long, and that's the beauty of it as well. It can be someone in form can almost win you the tournament.
Bangladesh have just the right mix of talent and experience, be it Shakib Al Hasan or Mustafizur Rahman or Tamim Iqbal, all of whom have helped Bangladesh to evolve into a formidable opponent at one-day international cricket.
I'd like to introduce a new actor. We have the leads, which is Deep, Stephen and of course Sushant. But there's a guy called Suketu, who don't judge by his glasses. Lots of women find him very attractive. Most of them are dead now. But the point is, Suketu, please speak. You are a big Bangla supporter and you don't eat food when they play cricket. And luckily that was
I don't think so.
in the 90s okay.
The problem with Bangladesh is they don't have a lot of experience playing overseas. They've played a lot
So
at
English
home.
conditions is the question.
Generally, playing overseas is not... They don't perform that well overseas.
I think not just the conditions, but also they've got the toughest group. I mean, they've got New Zealand, England and...
So there will be 3 in a row, which is a tough one.
If they won the other group, they would have had a far better chance.
The senior players actually have been around for a while, have behaved themselves.
The senior players are like 22, 23 by the way. Huh?
No, Tamim's pretty senior.
That's about it.
Shakib's pretty senior.
30, that's about it.
Time has stopped. It's like they've been reincarnated.
Stop it. There you go, Sushant. Come on, tell us about the film.
No, but this is really a reincarnation of Bangladesh cricket.
There was a time when there would be an India-Bangladesh match and I would take it so easily. But now I just pray that India should not lose. So that says a lot. And also what you pointed out, I think with a lesser number of matches, just because they have started believing and the passion that they have, they can upset any team.
So how far do you think they can go in the tournament?
Very
Anisha?
likely to make the semi-finals.
Semis.
I think semis.
Semis.
I don't think so.
Not even semis. That is nowhere.
They'll win it.
Unfortunately, I think they lose all their games. I think so. I mean, it's just too. Being realistic,
Stephen?
I can't see them qualify.
But they'll beat New Zealand.
Can't see them qualify.
which is a politer way of saying they lose all three.
Sushant?
Semis.
Semis, not bad. So
They'll lose all three.
I miss West Indies. But no, Bangladesh deserve to be there. So that's good.
Great team. Cyrus, who do you think is, how far do you think they'll make it?
I think they can go to Swansea because there's some great stuff there to see, and that's, I think, enough for today. I think we're good.